Hey guys, Sign here with HobbiesofaMan. Once again, today we're going to be doing another Transformers issue review. We're going to be looking at issue 4 here by Daniel Warren Johnson, Mike Spicer, and Russ Wooten. There's no changes to the team, and I think I mentioned last time that I think it was going to be changed at issue 5. I think it's actually issue 6 when Daniel Warren Johnson steps down as the artist, stays on as the writer, and Jorge Corona comes in. And I'm actually kind of excited about that because I really like what he did in Middle West. I think the way that he draws humans in Middle West is somewhere where I'm much more comfortable in liking how their human designs look. But I also really like his kind of blocky style that I think is going to work really well for the Transformers. So I'm very excited to see how Jorge Corona does with that. I think it's going to be really, really nice, right? So yeah, talking about the issue here. It opens with Starscream arriving at the battle location. He sees Skywarp, and instead of helping him, he just interrogates him for information. And once he gets it, he's like, I'll be back for you. I gotta go and see what's going on with these people, right? So as this is happening, Optimus Prime calls Ratchet. He says, I need backup. Figure out who you need or what you can do to help me. And so Ratchet actually ends up pumping all of the leftover energon from every body around him into Jazz. And so Jazz wakes up for basically only the issue. And Sparky Witwicky, or Spark, I guess, the Witwicky father, is crying over Spike's body, right? He's not dead, but he's not really healthy yet. And they're in the car, right? And so they're on their way to the hospital. Starscream intercepts them. Carly and Cliffjumper managed to knock him off course, and they managed to intercept him. And I really like Cliffjumper's car design. I think it looks really, really fun. And then they can continue. So Prime manages to continue. They get to the hospital, and Starscream attacks. And Optimus manages to shield the humans enough from Starscream's weapon fire that it allows them to get inside. However, it's a mess, right? Prime and Cliffjumper are running interference between the hospital and Starscream. Jazz manages to arrive to help out, and Starscream has been demolishing the hospital. And this is problematic because he targeted the life support systems, the systems that help keep people alive, right? So actually, he didn't target the life support systems specifically. He targeted the electricity. And then that, of course, causes the life support systems to fuck up. They had a backup generator, and I think that Starscream also messed it up, and so that's why it can't run. And so what Optimus Prime does here, after he manages to get Starscream and Soundwave to retreat, after Jazz and Ratchet show up, or actually, is Ratchet even around? I think he is. So they all show up, and it's 4 against 2, basically. 3 if you count Ravager. And so Soundwave is like, dude, we got to retreat because they're going to beat our ass if we don't. And I know, I'm not really sure that that's true, actually. Optimus is really hurt. Jazz is completely fine, but he's low on energy. So if they manage to draw out the battle enough, I feel like it might have actually gone in Starscream's favor, since he's not actually protecting anything. He can be kind of reckless in his tactics, right? But I think that it was a good way to get them out of the issue so that we can focus on the human aspect for a little bit. So I like how it was handled, but if you think about it a little bit, it might have not gone the way that we think it did, right? So, yeah. Since the hospital has no power, Optimus actually opens his chest, removes the Matrix of Leadership, or the Matrix in general. I don't think the Matrix of Leadership is a thing that is exactly the way that it works in, like, the movies. But he takes out the Matrix, and he uses it to power the hospital for the time that they're there. However, we get to see later that it actually maybe was not a good thing that he did this, because now Optimus doesn't have excess life force, which is a problem, right? So Optimus Prime basically used the Matrix as one-time power, potentially more times, but I think it was one time for now, power to save the humans instead of heal himself. And although this is good for the humans, it might be potentially bad for Optimus in the long run, right? So I really like this because it shows sacrifice on Optimus Prime's part, and I like that a lot. And so later we get to see Optimus Prime hanging out, humoring this young boy. who asks him, hey man, is it true that you turn into a car and into a robot? And so he does, and the kid is freaking out. He's like, this is so awesome. And this is actually a really good moment because it shows Sparky, Mr. Witwicky, that Optimus is a good man, right? Or a good person, a good being. And so while Optimus and Ratchet are talking about their situation, which is Jazz is dead because we don't have any more power. We're about to lose all of our energy, and there's nothing else we can do. Sparky shows up, and he's like, you know, I might have a solution to your problem. We don't get to see what the solution is, so I'm guessing that's for the next issue. But now it ends up with Optimus all fine. Actually, he has an arm now again. I'm not sure how that happened, and it seems like there's some energy in all of them. So that's good. I'm curious to see what happened there. But before the end of the issue and before that moment that I just described, Cliffjumper and Carly actually talk about their feelings. And this is a really good moment because it shows you the dynamic of the Autobots and Cybertronians in general, what sort of family system they have. It's different from humans, but ultimately it is like a group thing. And it works to connect her and Cliffjumper a lot, and I like that. And it also helps us, you know, see Carly deal with her problem, with her emotional issue. And although it's not solved, obviously, because you can't solve a loss like that in one moment, now she is better off that she knows she has someone that understands her pain and that is in her corner, more or less, right? So overall, this continues to be a wonderful, amazing story. I really like the mechanical design of the robots, like I say every time, but I could use better humans. I don't like how Daniel Warren Johnson draws his human characters all that much. I don't hate it. At this point, I actually find it to be fine, but it's not my favorite. And so when we move on to Jorge Corona's artwork, I think it's going to be ultimately better. And I honestly think they should experiment with this idea of creating a way for both of them to draw, you know, the same issue together and switch off which one does what part of it. And I think that would be ultimately very confusing and difficult to do. But if it was possible, I would like them to combine their abilities to provide this really cool, you know, melding of their styles, right? I think that'd be really nice, but it's not likely to be possible, right? So yeah, those are my thoughts on this issue. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you thought down below, and thank you guys very much for watching. See you guys later.